The latest on Nimisha Priya, the Indian nurse sentenced to death in Yemen, indicates she may be executed on the 16th of July. The public prosecutor in Yemen confirmed the order and handed it over to the prison's authorities. To secure her pardon, the deceased person's family has demanded blood money of $1 million. In a desperate last-ditch effort, Samuel Jerome, a human rights activist holding the power of attorney of Nimisha's mother, Prema Kumari, will reach Yemen tomorrow to resume negotiations. Prema Kumari, a domestic worker from Kochi, has been camping in Yemen for over a year in an effort to save her daughter. Nimisha Priya was convicted of murder in 2018 by a Yemeni court and sentenced to death. The Indian government says it has been closely monitoring the case and has maintained regular contact with Yemeni authorities and the family, providing all possible consular assistance. The coming days will be critical, viewers, as the family and activists attempt to secure a forgiveness deed or settlement, which may be the only way to stop the looming execution. In fact, this is the latest that we are bringing for all our viewers in connection with the Nimisha Priya case. It looks like that she may be executed on the 16th of July. The public prosecutor in Yemen has confirmed the order and has handed it over to the prison's authorities. Now, to secure her pardon, her family member, in fact, the deceased person's family member has demanded a blood money of $1 million, and Nimisha's mother there has been running from pillar to post to help her daughter. That's not it. Samuel Jerome, a human rights activist, was also holding the power of attorney of Nimisha's mother, Prema Kumari, will reach Yemen tomorrow to resume negotiations. Prema Kumari, her mother, is a domestic worker from Kochi. She's been camping in Yemen for over a year in an effort to save her daughter. Story that raises more questions than answers. A young woman, there a nurse from Kerala, now facing execution in a foreign land. A mother, a daughter, a citizen there caught in the crossfire of perhaps a failed system. I'm joined by Rahul Ishwar, in fact, activist there. Let me quickly go across to him and discuss this unfortunate case further. Rahul, thank you very much for speaking to News9. Is there still any hope left for Nimisha Priya, or are we truly at the end of the road now?
People are hoping against hope that some kind of a miracle will happen. There are, according to many people, various still to be resolved issues in the case. July 16th, 2025, is supposed to be, or what is at least said to be, the date of execution. It is very painful that any Indian, especially a female Indian, is being executed like this. And India should extend all the help, especially diplomatic leverage and all the other things. And nearly 40,000 4 lakhs plus, nearly $40,000 and plus was raised by people who were trying to support her. And let us not forget that Nimisha actively pointed out that her passport was seized, she was threatened, she was physically and sexually abused, and what she did was in self-defense to escape his control. So there is a context to it. That doesn't mean any kind of violence is justified, but at the same point of time, some kind of compassion should be there. Some kind of mercy should be there. I hope that mercy will be shown. A miracle of mercy is what is being expected. Her conviction was upheld by the Yemeni's Supreme Judicial Council in 2023. That was literally end of the road. And then it was the Yemeni President Rashad Al-Alimi who ratified her execution. But a pardon is still possible under Sharia law, which can actively be tracked. I hope media raising this issue, Indian government at least looking this, we can bring some kind of mercy to the whole thing.
All right, Rahul, you've spoken about the human angle of this case. Do you feel the moral complexity of this case was lost in legalese?
To be honest, yes, there are many shades of this case. Especially, nobody can justify murdering anybody and dismembering anybody. But at the same point of time, what she faced was also something absolutely brutal. Let us be very honest regarding this. She faced all kind of coercion. She faced threatening. She faced physical abuse. She faced sexual abuse, mental abuse. She did this. What she did was wrong. I don't think there are two ways about it. But at the same point of time, is there an option where she can be saved from capital punishment? And let us remember the context which she took the extreme step. That is not a justification, but it is only an explanation. I hope some kind of mercy will be shown by Talal Abdo Mehdi. He was the Yemeni citizen who is on the other side of it. He was murdered. So Talal Abdo Mehdi's family will definitely have some kind of a raham, compassion, as they call it. So I hope this is the only way ahead, because all the government systems and all other things have taken a view against her without a mercy. She could have been in jail for long. At least that human being should be there. It will not be the end of the story. I hope that a mercy and miracle of mercy can still be there.
Rahul, why do you think this case did not get the public momentum or national outrage that other high profile cases have seen?
To be honest, two things. One, we are all, I mean, everybody who supported her really understands that she had done this horrible thing, or she had, in effect, killed the other person. So that's the truth, that nobody can do that. And she dismembered his body and disposed the parts in a tank. That was also something very, very cruel. She should not have done that. She should have complained to the authorities and all. But I know we always believe in India, we say law and justice and compassion goes together. So law, justice, and compassion are three pillars of every system in the world. That no, justice, definitely yes, she should be punished, but that punishment, it should be, in Indian context, we call it the rarest of rare. And there are many foreign nations, especially positive and progressive nations, that have abandoned the capital punishment, because we cannot take human life back. No, eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. That's the reason why many people were a bit reluctant to raise their voice, because she had done that, even though she had faced the abuse and torture she endured from this particular person. I mean, she had no other way to escape. That's the reason why she did this. But having said that, this is the reason why it never gathered so much momentum. So right now, all her family members are appealing for mercy, appealing for compassion, understanding the complexities of the legal system there, and raising the blood money or raising some kind of compensation, monetary compensation that can bring her some kind of compassion. I doubt whether it is possible. In all probability, we are not going to have a positive news by the next week. But I'm a God-fearing and God-believing person. We can always expect a miracle.
Right. Rahul, there have been collective efforts by Kerala businessmen as well as civil society to secure her release. But it has not worked out. Why?
Two or three things. As we know, the Yemeni embassy informed earlier that this place has been handled by the Houthi militia. They control the city of Sana'a, where Priya is being held. As we all know, they are some kind of radical outfit to hardliners who doesn't want to seem soft on anything. Many of Kerala's businessmen, especially from our Muslim community, have actively tried for this. They have sincerely and honestly tried for some kind of stuff, but our efforts were rebuffed. You may remember a similar case in Qatar, where 11 Indians uh, were sentenced for execution for allegedly spying for Israel. But India had a huge diplomatic victory in connecting to the Qatar government and releasing them. That was a huge diplomatic victory for us. That was much more of a sensitive case. But because national security issues were in play, India-Israel relationship in play, India-Qatar relationship were in play, this was more of a different diplomatic overture itself. But in her case, it was more of a personal effort or personal tragedy or personal thing that has befallen. Maybe we could have tried more. My last round appeal to Indian government is, let us not have a feeling that we have not tried enough. let us not have a feeling and guilt and a regret that we have not tried enough to save this woman. So that would be the real thing. And we should be very realistic in airing that argument too. Yes, complexities and nuances of the issue was there, but the other person was murdered, his body being dismembered. What we are appealing for is not a kind of a fresh thing where she will not have any kind of punishment, but a lesser punishment. The quantum of punishment is something their family has also been appealing to.
Right. Rahul, what happens to Nimisha Priya's family now, especially her young daughter, who've been living in hope and fear for years?
That will scar their souls for a lifetime. It's many people rightly say more than death penalty is the waiting for death penalty is more saddening and more painful for them and the family members. We all know it is only 1 week more. They will be spending in prayers. They will be trying their best. Hopefully, some kind of intervention on an international level is the only thing that can delay it. At least if we can delay it by some time, then we can push it as far as possible. And raising money can be another possibility, because there is a provision in Islamic law where they can have that kind of a mediation if the family also agrees. But their family was not willing, as far as the media reports and all the available reports in the public domain says. So it's a very complex issue. Many people were not willing to take it up. And I thank News9 channel for taking it up, because that's a very human interest story that needs to be talked about. So it's absolutely sad that this is happening. Even if she is given a lifetime sentence in prison, at least we will feel that that person is alive and is there. So authorities, I'll hope is some kind of forgiveness deed will be happening, and forgiveness from the part of the authorities will be happening.